Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. I've made numerous kind of like videos explaining what it is that I want to do in the 1 month, and this is gonna be like the finalized video of all the stuff that I've tested and whatnot. And this is kind of what I'm gonna run. Of course, I might change things for myself because as you play, things change. But this is pretty much all the information gathered together at what I'm gonna play, and I'll give you guys the build. So this is Pohx. I showed you guys before in the previous video. This is the character. It has died one time, which was the suicide to get it in Standard League, so I could do this testing. So first thing I will state is this is pretty much my build. The only thing that's going to change is me being a shadow. So these nodes will be swapped for here. That's it. Other things can vary depending on what I'm going to do, but I'll recreate the build for you guys here on a later, like in 5 minutes. Right now I'm going to talk about my links. So here's what we got. So get your pen and paper. Here we go. 5-link Fire Trap. Ellie Prolif, increased AoE, Conk Effect. That's a level 1 Conk. Well, Conk Effect, Fire Trap, and Fire Pen. Boom. That's it. You do not use a 4-link. If you have a 3-link, use a +2 Scepter with Fire Penetration and Ellie Prolif. Done. In my helmet, this can go wherever you want. We've got Concentrated Effect, Flame Surge, Trap, and Fire Pen. This is your addition to single target that Fire Trap will assist you with, since Fire Trap proliferates to the target and leaves a burning ground, which allows your Flame Surge to get the multiplier of burning damage, so 50% more damage against burning enemies. In your boots / wherever that you'd like to put it, we've got Elemental Weakness, Flammability, Faster Casting. Your last option here is whatever you'd like. You can put increased AoE. You can put reduced mana. That's pretty much, or you can put Evolve Gem like I have. In my gloves, which is going to be your auras, I've got Clarity, Grace, and that's pretty much it for right now. And reduced mana. Depending on which variant I end up switching to, which is also further down, I might end up running Purity of Lightning. I might end up running Vitality. In my chest piece, which is 5-linked and serves pretty much no purpose, I've got Ellie Prolif, Trap, increased AoE, Cold Snap, and Cold Pen. I almost never use this. The only scenario I'd ever use it in is like Devourers or Porcupines, so they don't explode. So instead, what I most likely am going to use is the following. Increased Duration, Vol Grace. Faster Casting. Faster Casting with Lightning Warp, and cast when damage taken, Enduring Cry. That's most likely what I'm going to do. Of course, little things will swap around. The one Vol Gem I decided to use is called Vol Lightning Trap, which you throw it on the floor, it automatically shocks anything that's on it because it's shocking ground, and they will take 50% more damage, which is insane for Fire Trap, which allows me to pretty much one-shot majority of bosses, including 77 Shipyard boss I have one-shot. So I'm pretty content with my character. The gear that you're going to look for, this doesn't matter. This is common sense, guys. You just want life resists. Ideally, with this specific build, you want evasion pieces. You want gloves with evasion, you want boots with evasion, and you want a helmet with evasion. Your rings should be life, mana regen, whatever else the hell you want. That's up to you. But mana regen, the more mana regen you get, the better. The more mana regen overall you get, the higher level Arctic armor, if you can even run Arctic armor on your character. Your chest pieces are not limited to, but the following. Carcass for AoE and a little bit of damage, mainly for the AoE. The other option is running Lightning Coil. If you run Lightning Coil, the things you would change with the build is you would get like Sovereignty, and you would run Purity of Lightning. You should still be able to run Grace and Clarity, and you'd get Purity of Lightning. You would drop EB, and you would pick up Deep Thoughts if you wanted to run AA as well. Last option is running Comb's Heart, which is what ideally I would like to run. I know this is a 1 month. It's probably not going to happen. But because I don't really care about the links, I'd like to just have a good 6k HP. With proper gear, probably 6.3k HP. And that gives anywhere from 20 to 40% increased fire damage. Your belt is also something that's important because you can actually roll increased AoE on belts if they're corrupted, so the implicit could be increased AoE. If you're going with the Combs route, you're probably not going to get AoE because you're going to need like 190 strength for it. So instead, you're probably going to want to get like a heavy belt for like, what is it, 35 strength or 40 strength you can roll. And then, of course, if you can roll fire damage on your accessories, go ahead and grab it. That pretty much sums up the entire character. The flasks are up to you. If you're running Lightning Coil, you use a Topaz. Other than that, this flask is entirely up to you. I'm a fan of 3 life flasks. I almost always use 3 life flasks. I've got to remove Bleed, remove Freeze and Chill. This needs to be swapped to remove Shock. And then this is going to be swapped out because I'm Acrobatics now. I wouldn't use a Granite. Instead, I think I'm going to run... a Ruby Flask because of the Corpse Explosion mobs that are going to... The Martyr buff, I think it's from Tormented Spirits, if that works. If not, maybe a second Quicksilver. But something, maybe a permanent remove... Not permanent, but a remove Shock that actually has a duration on it. So that's what we're going to have here. So now I'm going to rebuild the tree for you guys one more time. I cannot promise everything is in the exact order. You know, nothing is ever in the exact by any means. I guess I'm going to go ahead for you guys really fast and apply captured layer windows so you guys can see. And remember, one more time for the people that don't like to listen, I cannot promise that when I'm playing this character, I'm going to pick up everything exactly how it is. So here we go. We're starting Shadow. Shadow is the best thing to start if you're playing my build. If you're going Witch and you're going CI, you're stupid. If you're getting spell damage, you're dumb. If you're going Templar, it's okay. It's not bad. It's alright. You get the Ellie and you can come out to regen. It's okay. I don't want it. I want Shadow. So we get all Ellie damage. We're getting Trickery, coming down, Blood Siphon, probably getting Coordination right off the bat. Coordination probably right off the bat for the Dex. Also, cast speed is okay, just in general. You don't need it. It's up to you. If you need the requirements, you take it. If not, move on with your life. We're going to go ahead, grab Blaze, come through, grab Cold-Hearted Calculation, and we're going to move up and up. So we're going to keep going. This is the worst part of the build, is like this long-ass trek into nothing. You really, really, really need to get your AoE. You grab your AoE. You need life now. We're going to move across. We're going to grab life. We're going to move down. We're going to grab life. Here, this gets pulled out. Rip. Let's try that again. Life, AoE, and life. If you need stat requirements, you've got Physique and you've got Alacrity sitting right there. You've got the option of Written in Blood, which is also right here. We're going to move on with the character now. If you need mana, now's your chance to get mana. You've got Deep Thoughts sitting right here. We're going to take the whole Heart of Flame. If you have Elemental Prolif, grab Breath of Flame. If you're not using Prolif, don't grab Breath of Flame till you're running Prolif. From this point in my build, I am now going to move down, and I'm going to grab my life through Blood Drinker, move across, grab High Explosives, and pick up Clever Construction. Now is the time also, if you want to be more defensive, go ahead and get your Phase Acro right now. If you don't, you pick it up whenever you want. It is entirely up to you. It's sitting here for you to grab whenever. These 2 dex points are actually really good because it goes for Grace and Vulgrace, so the dex doesn't hurt you. If you have the dex requirements, you can drop your coordination and get it. You're going to need dex on your gear. It's very expensive to run them. It's like 160 dex, so you're going to need an accessory with dex on it to be able to run high level ones. From here, you're going to move across. You do not need Dual Curse. Dual Curse is later on when you start mapping. When you're soloing, even if you're soloing, you technically don't need Dual Curse. The reason why I pick it up is I like the extra insane amount of damage, and when you run with a party, typically 1 curse is for you, 1 curse is for your party, but they both affect you. So in my scenario, you're running Flammability Ellie Weakness or Flammability Vulnerability, depending on who you're partying with, or whatever it is that you'd like. So I'm going to move across here, and it is time to grab life and life. Character looks good right now. You grab EB when you want as well. In my build, I don't know if I'm grabbing EB. I don't think I'm going to be getting it, but I'm just going to leave it there for now. If you need mana, we're going to get Deep Thoughts. I'll just keep it because it's either Deep Thoughts or EB, so that's entirely up to you. We're going to move down 1, 2. We're going to grab the life first. We're going to move across, grab Celestial Judgment, grab Celestial Punishment, move across, in, grab Amplify, get Retribution, and pick up life. So this is 91 points. Pretty flexible what you can do. Yeah, you're pretty much open to a lot of things at this point. So, by this point, you would want life. You can get Written in Blood. We're at 95 points now. We are going to pick up Dual Curse around here. We don't need Avatar of Fire. I think I'm forgetting something. I apologize. I always forget something when I make the builds. Let me look. We have here, we got this. This is good. Oh, that's right. The trap node Saboteur. You pick up ASAP. Might be. Alright, so this is 101. I'm trying to think if there's anything core that I'm forgetting. If I did forget it, it's common sense. You guys have common sense. You put it in. This is the internet. We all have common sense. Sanctity, you want some life regen. 1% life regen is really good. For 1 point, 1% life regen is really good along with strength and intel. So I guess this kind of comes down to becoming a little bit more niche. So you've got your options now. You can move down and start getting like, oh, that's right, I forgot. Phase aggro. There we go. That's what I was missing. Okay. So when you're at this point in this stage, you're like level past 90. You're like 92 or something. And this is where I'm going to stop it and say you do whatever you want at this point, you know, because people seem to get really mad when I make builds that are to max level for some reason. So this is entirely up to you. You can choose at this point to, if you're going Lightning Coil, you can grab like Sovereignty and run your Purity of Elements. You can kind of start filling in little damage nodes, like you've got a 9% damage here. If you want to get Trap Throwing Speed, which you should never get, you can get it there. You can go ahead and move down to Revenge of the Hunted and grab like this wheel for life. That puts 116. You could do a little twist and play and kind of go down to Scion and grab this. If you have stat requirement issues, you've got Dex and Strength here, and you have, let's see, you could get Dex and Strength here. I wouldn't recommend it. You want +1 max res, you've got Unnatural Calm there. You've got the option for Influence over here. You have the option of going crit, like stated before. Entropy is okay to fill in for damage. It's 15% effective damage per point. It's not as good as getting 60% total elemental damage over here, but it is okay if you just spec into it just for the sake of like, I'm going to spec into it and then I'll respec out later. So that is pretty much it. You guys now know the little twist that I'm doing on the character. This should be enough information for you guys. You know, I've got a lot of information in general on my character, but this is like the finalized what I will be playing until something else changes, which I don't doubt that something else is going to change. But I don't know what else I would change right now. I'm very happy with the character. You know, I already showed you guys some of it earlier in the most recent video. Sorry, the previous video, which you know you can see me running Gorge and whatnot. So this actually starts in 9 hours. If you guys look, this league is coming up in literally 9 hours. I'll have this thread linked if you guys want to see it. This will be in the description down below. Along with this build here is going to be right here, PoE URL. This is going to be in the description down below. And remember, my stream will probably be on about an hour to 2 hours before it actually starts. I'm most likely going to be partying with Ziggy and Zeno. Things could change. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. So remember, if you guys want to support me, you can check me out right there at twitch.tv/Pohx. I'd like to do at least 10-15 hours. I can't promise anything. I never want to promise anything I can't commit to, but I'd really like to do it. I've got energy drinks sitting in the back. I've got a banana that's good potassium, and I've got some kitty cats. So that's pretty much it. I'm feeling really good, man. I've just had good vibes, you know. So I'm pretty excited for this, and I didn't think I was gonna get excited to play a Trapper again, but just little things in PoE make it different, you know. Like I've never played a Trapper with acrobatics. The entire play style just feels different now because you don't have to hit the granite every time. Now you're using acrobatics, so damage spike is different. It's cool. It might not seem like a big thing to you guys, but when you've played a Trapper your whole life, I mean, what? It's just things just start to feel different, you know. This one little 7 points. It's literally 7 points. These 7 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, is the same as the Templar start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's like, it's a big thing for me, you know? So anyway, I'm going to catch you guys later. If you do want to run Arctic Armor in the build as well, you're going to need some GG gear. But that's pretty much about it, you know? So I hope that this helps you guys. I hope this kind of clears up some confusion. Some people had some issues, so I hope this kind of helped you guys out. But that is pretty much about it. I hope to see you guys there. And for those of you guys who are still wondering, I have not left RuneScape yet. I will be playing it during the 1 month, but only every 80 minutes to log in for my plans. That's it, so it's not going to take anything. That's pretty much it. Like I said, I know I've said like 100 times. I'm just really excited. So I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Take care. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys all there. Have a great one, everybody.